If you find yourself in a season of life trying to recover from a friendship breakup, take a walk with me. Friendship breakups can be really tough, especially if you've known each other for a very long time, or you've shared a lot of challenges with one another that leaves you feeling closer than family. One of the biggest challenges for your close friends can be to see you grow, change, and evolve. Because you're curious about life, the world, and your place in it, you're more curious than they are. May even playfully tell you to knock it off because you do too much. But for you, something's changed. You may have had an inner awakening in life that has shifted your trajectory. You're over here talking about Dior bags and interdimensional beings while they're still stuck on the Kardashians. An unintentional consequence of you changing is that there's distance that gets created between you. And that distance is often necessary for your growth. And as you do things like read books, meditate, and go to Joe Dispenza retreats, they step back because they're confused. And that'll cause them to reject everything that's going on with you. Just who the hell do you think you are? And the challenge here isn't really that you're doing new and different things, it's the fact that they have a file of you in the back of their brain. You're forcing them to overwrite or update that file. How dare you? After all, this is the file that they've been compiling on you for years. I know exactly who you are and what you're capable of. This doesn't necessarily reveal the truth about you, but it does reveal the truth about how they think of you. It can also reveal their intentions. And boy, does that tell you everything you need to know. You being more of you causes them to become dysregulated. The person they once loved has changed. They're gone. And now they need to mourn and grieve that old relationship. This is a good place to stick a little reminder that you want to choose people who want to grow with you. But it's also important to recognize that not everybody wants to do that. I mean, why the hell would I want to be any different than I am right now? I'm good, homie. But that resistance can also be this fear of being found out. The fact that I'm not doing what you're doing. If you're doing all these things and you're having success with it, then that means that I could be doing that too. I mean, I've seen all the things you're doing. I don't have time for that. Of course, then it becomes whatever you're not changing, you're choosing. And then that thought awakens something else inside of you that you truly do have free will, agency, and choice. And all the while, they're going to tell you things like, man, I really miss the old version of you. We're a lot more fun way back when. I don't even know who you are anymore. Of course, you hear that and it's just like, from your perspective, you're sitting there thinking, I'm not doing this to you. I'm doing this for me. Brah, really, this is wackadoodle. And their lack of acceptance of you in this moment will begin to make you doubt yourself. Don't do that. Don't let that happen. I think the worst part of this type of situation is that they'll be super kind and supportive to your face, but as soon as you walk out the door, it turns into, who do they think they are? I just think they're better than everybody else now. And eventually, you'll become aware of this because some sort of intervention will be staged for you. It's a last-ditch effort to stall your growth. Of course, by now you recognize that you're not meant to stay this way forever. And not everyone in your life right now is meant to stay with you on this journey. Some people are with you for a season or a reason, and you're someone who learns from both. And then you apply it to real life in real time. So how do you know when it's time to let go of that relationship? It's not really any different than a romantic relationship. Ask yourself, how do you feel when you're around this person or people? How do you feel after you've spent time with them? Do you feel drained, anxious, emotionally dysregulated? Of course, is it like this every single time that you hang out with them? Part's important. You know, the internet likes to say things like, cut everybody off, get rid of them. That's unnecessary because you can do things like take a friend inventory. Ask yourself those 3 questions, and then you can do things like limit time with them while you continue to grow and expand into your new network. Just remember, this doesn't go unnoticed, and difficult conversations are ahead. And other people might require an exit interview. I care for you, I wish you the best, but our paths are no longer aligned. Use your discernment and do what you know to be right. And remember this, people will only ever see you as the person that you were in a season of their life. Just aren't thinking about you as much as you might be thinking about them, and they're the main character in their story. You have to ask yourself, do they have the curiosity and the emotional capacity to meet you where you are now? Be curious enough about you to ask questions. Be grateful for all the good times that you had together, for all the lessons that you learned together. Allow yourself to grieve the ending of those relationships, but also find love for the process of expanding your network as you shift into this beautiful new season of life.